how come we're able to work so hard towards our crafts, but we make no progress? How come we feel busy day after day, hour after hour, but we're not making any real progress, real output towards our crafts? We're balancing school, we're balancing work, we're balancing maybe e-commerce, content creation, and some other businesses we're pursuing. But out of all the work we do, we try to put a few hours into each of those every single day, but we don't make any progress, even though we feel so busy and so overwhelmed and I put so many hours. Now, why is that? The realization I had that made me come to this is that you can't balance everything. You can't do everything. If you're busy trying to manage multiple crafts, you're not going to become successful in any one of them compared to someone who's balancing just that singular craft, maybe one other thing. The reason you don't feel like you're making progress is because you don't have focus on one single thing at a time. It's extremely difficult to try and grow managing 4 different types of businesses along with school and maybe spending time with friends and family. You only have 24 hours in a day, 8 hours of that, let's say you're sleeping, and a few hours you're making food, doing random stuff in the bathroom, whatever. And then you only have left about 12 hours in the day to really, let's just say, do actual work. Now, you could say I allocate 3 hours to each of those and do 4 different things, but the reality is some days some take more, some days other things take more, and some days you have emergencies and shit just goes wrong. You don't have as much time to work on it. And because of this, it's extremely difficult to try and grow in a specific field and make progress overall when you're trying to balance so many different things. Okay? You need to have your priorities straight on what singular thing you want to work on and go all in on that. Leave the secondary stuff for like 10% of the work or 20% of the work and make 80% of the work that you do around one singular task or one singular endeavor. Then you'll see a lot of progress in that singular endeavor. And if you don't know which one to make your singular endeavor, look at the one that's currently making you the most output. Or if you don't have anything generating you any sort of output, pick the one that seems the one that you have the most connection to, the most deep connection, the most passion in a sense too, that you feel like if you were to be successful in this one, that would technically achieve all the goals that you want to achieve. Put that as your main thing and scrap everything else. Okay. And don't try to chase perfection. A lot of times we feel busy because we're trying to chase perfection in our craft when really imperfect action is the thing that's going to lead us to the most progress. Perfect action, usually most of the time, if you're not already a pretty successful in the career that you're pursuing or the endeavor you're pursuing, trying to do perfect action is going to be a waste of your time. It's just going to delay your action because you don't really know what perfect action looks like. You need to do a lot of imperfect action for one thing, right? A lot of volume for one thing to eventually come to a point where you realize what is perfect and what's not perfect, what defines perfect, and make stuff towards what that perfect is. But when you're initially in the building phases, it can feel very overwhelming and you can feel very busy and not make any progress because you're trying to juggle many things at once or many goals at once that aren't really aligned in one kind of narrow direction. You might have school going this way, your business going this way. You have another work that you're also doing on the side for money that's going this way. And you're trying to balance time with friends and family as well and have that social life in your young teenage years or even 20s to 30s. And all that takes time, right? We don't have unlimited time. So you have to really pick and choose what do you want right now. And don't think this is going to be forever, right? This is not going to be forever. In the current like few months to a few years, what do you want to prioritize? What do you want to excel at the most? Is it social stuff, social skills maybe, making memories and experiences? Is it excelling in your business, excelling in your work? Is it getting that degree, pursuing school and going to a really good school that's going to set the foundation up real nice for you, right? And there's no right or wrong answer. It's all about you and what your preferences are. A big misconception people have is they try to find one singular right answer when the right answer is what's right to you. Okay, don't focus on externally what is right or wrong based off of society or what other people might think or what your favorite guru or influencer might think. Although, sure, it's helpful to take input from other people, but a lot of times when you're stuck and you don't know what to do and you're busy and you're trying to work on stuff, but you're not really making any progress, it's usually because you're having difficulty making choices. You don't know what's the right or wrong choice because you're so focused on externally what is societally approved of as right or wrong. You're not really focused on internally. And to that, I say screw what feels right or wrong. Just do what feels good to you at the moment. That could be literally just picking to do one thing or another, drinking one thing or another, or going on a walk instead of just sitting at home, or going for a run, or going to the gym, or deciding to go on a hike on a random day. Do what feels right to you. Don't try to judge every single thing you do based off of what externally someone else or what society might determine as right or wrong. When you go into that mindset, you put yourself in a spiral of making every decision you make based off of what someone else's metrics will be. And other people, no one else is living your life, and you're not living anyone else's life. So no two people are going to make the same decisions 100% in their life. So you're not going to be living the same life as anyone else. So you need to make sure you're able to make decisions on your own. And how do you do that? You start taking imperfect action, being okay with being wrong, because the goal of taking imperfect action is not trying to be right or wrong, but to just take action and learn as you go. It's really difficult. Trust me, I say that it's really difficult to implement, but that's how the nature of the game is. If it was so easy, everyone would have it, everyone would be successful, everyone would have peace of mind in their life and have a clean journey with no ups and no downs, just going upwards. A roller coaster doesn't only go up, it always goes down, but it also comes up, right? It goes up, goes down, has a fun, but that's what makes it fun. If it was just going up, if it was just going down, that wouldn't be fun anymore. That'd just be like predictable, expected, and it would be annoying. There wouldn't be any fun. The mystery of the ups and downs and not know what's happening next and feeling a little scared is what makes the journey fun. So take imperfect action. Don't try to focus on what's right or wrong. Just do a shit ton of quantity, a shit ton of volume of whatever you're working on, whatever you're doing, and then judge yourself every once in a while after you do a lot of output. And when you think you've done a lot of output, you could probably do a little bit more, or actually a lot more. Do more of it and then judge yourself again. Okay? This is a long-term game. You're playing a long-term journey when you're trying to do something that's not like what everyone else is doing. So, you got it. Lock into it. Also, if you guys want to focus and work towards becoming the best version of yourself, the most powerful version of yourself, mastering your mind and building a purposeful, disciplined life, I have a program in the description where you guys can go learn how to do just that in my community. Check it out. Join up if you want to. All right. I'll see you on the next video.